Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an alien activity video. It's an update on a previous story, actually two previous stories. I'm calling this the Peruvian Update Part 3. In July of 2023, villagers in Peru reported that their village was under attack by alien beings. I did a couple of videos on this situation. Go and check them out. I want to call it the Peruvian Snoop and Poop, I think I called it. Something like that. And I did an update on it. Well, here's part 3. The official story by the Peruvian authorities was that miners with jetpacks were trying to scare off the locals. Yeah, in Peru, in these little villages out there in the middle of nowhere, miners with jetpacks. That's the official story. It's absolutely ridiculous on the face of it. Excuse me. I mean, I've heard cover stories, swamp gas, and whatever. The swamp gas actually makes more sense than the miners with jetpacks. Investigative journalist Timothy Alberino thought so too. He has done some more investigating. So here we go. Large creatures with black body armor and elongated heads are the culprits here. Many villagers spoke openly to Alberino. These creatures had backpacks, but not jetpacks. They don't appear to have jetpacks per se. They had small discs under their feet that allowed them to fly and to levitate and float around. The beings would fly over the village and then land in or beyond the trees. The beings would then come into the village, sometimes walking, sometimes floating with those discs. These attacks only happened at night. Many villagers shot their firearms at the beings. The beings are wearing some sort of a body armor, like an exoskeleton, and they were firing their guns, and you could hear the shots hitting the metal of the armor. So they were getting hit. The beings would either ignore the gunfire or it would knock them down and they would pop right back up. Which, they're saying these things had big ears and elongated heads, which and the fact that they get shot and pop right back up is very reminiscent of the Kelly, Kentucky aliens. I did a video on that a long time ago. Go check that one out. During the attacks, the villagers would huddle together in huts for protection. Normally, each family had their own hut, extended families, but they all would gather together in one place for protection. And these people were terrified. These beings would jump over buildings. The beings were 6 to 8 feet tall. Several villagers chased these beings through the jungle and described the beings as inhumanly agile. Their footprints were large and comprised of 2 circles. That's those discs under their feet. So they are physical. They leave footprints. None of the villagers believed the official story. The aliens were very quiet, and they didn't. The jetpacks, if you've ever seen a jetpack, it makes noise. The best jetpack we've ever seen makes noise. Excuse me. These things made no noise. They were quiet. The villagers are literally offended by the official story of miners with jetpacks. So they're calling these things, you're going to love this, face peelers, which is a reference to a long-standing phenomena in the area. I may do a video on that, face peelers. Make a note of that. The beings that attack these people use advanced aerial vehicles, possibly hovercraft. We're not sure. They are disc-shaped. Excuse me. Sorry. I get a cold, and then while I'm getting over it, I feel good, but the congestion lasts for months, so bear with me, please. Many people saw acorn-shaped craft, transparent, with 2 beings very brightly lit. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. These people saw acorn-shaped craft, transparent, with two beings inside. Okay, the craft were very brightly lit, not the beings. These are not miners or drug traffickers. These villagers are, now keep in mind, when we say villagers, these people aren't primitives. They don't run around in grass skirts with spears. The government put a communication center in their village. So these villagers use the tower reception to watch movies on their cell phones. They know about airplanes. They know about helicopters. They know all about space travel. They're simple people, but they're not stupid. They're not cavemen, as it were. These are modern day people. They just choose to live in a village. This is where they live. Whatever these beings are, they have technology far beyond what the villagers have ever seen. And if they're watching movies, I guarantee some of them have seen, the Avengers. So they understand what high tech is. These alien beings are using something along that lines. Multiple villages have been attacked in the area. It's not just one village. Some villagers have been attacked with energy weapons. They call them lasers. The city of Nauta, 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 was also attacked. Now, keep in mind, again, they're not just attacking small villages. Listen to Nauta. Nauta has a military base and a modern police force with a population of 35,000 people. It's a big city. It's a pretty big city. Much bigger than the place I live. They actually have a police force. Imagine that. The military and the police are very dismissive of all of this, just like the government is. And the villagers, the locals, are upset about that. A number of teenagers and children were attacked in this situation. They were nearly abducted. One young boy almost died from serious lacerations. One witness heard the beings speaking Spanish as they tried to remove her face. Literally. They numbed her face and they were trying to get in there and cut her face off. Her brother showed up and foiled the thing, and the beings got away and he rescued the girl. Thank God. If these are not extraterrestrial or extra-dimensional beings, then this has to be some sort of well-organized and well-funded operation by a major government agency. We know it's not miners or criminal organizations. What does that leave? Is it a nefarious government agency testing out new advanced technology? Are they trying to abduct people for organ harvesting? Is the Peruvian government involved somehow? Are they using the face peeler legend as cover? How are we supposed to figure this out when the authorities are giving us a bullshit story? I did a video a while back where a military man witnessed aliens working with humans in some kind of a human trafficking operation. Is that what's going on here? We have no idea. Whatever's going on, it's spreading to other nearby cities and villages and neighboring regions. One villager, you're going to love this, one villager was hit with a stun gun. I mean, it looked like a flashlight. He hit the guy with it. The guy woke up later, and the villager tried to grab the alien around the waist. The alien pulled out what looked like a flashlight, and I don't recall if he hit him with it, touched him with it, or if he shot something out of it. I don't know, but for whatever reason, the dude woke up later, and he now has heart problems because of that attack. Whatever's going on, we need to figure out what the hell it is, and we need to stop it. This is no longer just a local issue. It is spreading. I don't, is it connected to the aliens in the mall in was it fucking Miami? I don't know. Is it connected to the aliens that were seen on the mountaintop in Brazil? Who knows? What I'm saying is, whatever's going on in Peru is becoming quite serious, and it is still going on. It is spreading. So whatever's going on, we need to figure out what the hell's going on and stop it. If our government can't, if our military can't protect us from this, yeah, it's crazy. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all. Clarissa Lowe, a historian from the future. Delmore Kane, a Civil War veteran turned outlaw. This oddball pairing faces a conspiracy of epic proportions spanning the centuries. If you like action and adventure westerns with a splash of science fiction and fantasy, check out my book series Drifters and their ongoing adventures.